Alright guys, so I just got home from finishing my back and bicep workout. Surprisingly, there was nobody in the gym, so I was able to film every single exercise that I did. So I'm going to run through it. The film is going to run in the background, and I'm going to tell you some tips and some things that I did on this workout. So I started off with pull-ups, 3 sets of 12. Recently I've been doing that. I started with 3 sets of I think 10, worked my way up to 12. So I'll probably be adding some sort of external weight in the near future, but today I did 3 sets of 12. When I do pull-ups, I really focus on pulling with the elbows up. I try to pick a grip that I can make sure I feel the contraction in the back muscles that I'm trying to work. And one thing you'll notice if you look at my hands is the way that I grip the bar. Now typically, I guess the most standard grip is the thumb under the bar. So if you can imagine the bar right here, the thumb over your hands, right? Typical grip. Now you see a lot of people for back workouts, they'll hook their thumb like this. So imagine my forearm is the bar. They'll put the thumb over as well with the other fingers. And I used to do that for a while, but recently I've been trying a grip like this. So once again, if this is the bar, finger on top, put the thumb on the bottom. And this is a grip that I've used for things like overhead press before because it puts the bar in a nice place on your palm without making it a complete false grip. But for some reason, gripping the bar like this, it just helps me get a better contraction in my lats. So it's something that you can definitely try out. Little tweaks like that, you'll be surprised how big of a difference they can make. Next, I moved on to pen lay rows off of blocks. If you look back in some previous videos, I used to do pen lay rows off the floor, but honestly, it was always too low. I'm around 6 foot, maybe 6'1", somewhere in between there, and the height of the plates, like, they don't work for me. They're just too short. It's not something that varies with individuals. So what you have to do if you're taller, tip, put them on blocks. You can put them on plates, blocks, whatever you have in your gym to elevate them. You'll still be able to do pen lay rows, but your back will be at a better angle. So for me, I have a nice view from like the corner, and I also have one for the side so you can see the back angle. With the pen lay rows, you're also pulling with your elbows. The grip, I do the same kind of grip for that with the thumbs out, and the grip width is a little bit, maybe a couple inches in from what I do for bench. And what I do is, you pull pretty low towards your upper abdominals, and as you'll see in that second clip, I make sure that my back angle stays the same throughout the lift. There'll be a tendency to want to jerk your back in order to help with the weight. That means either one of two things: the weight is too heavy, or you're just not focusing enough. Since I've had back problems with this exercise, I definitely am bracing my core very, very, very tightly. So tightly that it makes me feel like my head is almost going to explode. Bracing very tight to make sure that as little pressure as possible is on my lower back. So this is something you could definitely give a try. If you've never done pen lay rows, maybe you're tall and you've had a problem off the floor, throw them on some blocks and it should make it even better. I love this exercise. It's probably my favorite back exercise. The next exercise that I did was the lat pull down machine. I did 4 sets of 12. Nothing really special here. It's a lot like the pull-up, except you're able to control even more the contraction and also the angle of your body in relation to the plane that your elbow is traveling through. So you're able to almost keep your body on track, keep every rep almost as identical as possible. With pull-ups, the last few reps tend to be a little bit different as you're struggling a little bit more. But with the lat pull down, you're able to control that more. And also, I take a slightly wider grip on lat pull down than I do with regular pull-ups, and it just feels that I get a different contraction. So I did 4 sets of 12 of that. Pull with the elbows, all those good things. Try to keep a nice angle of your back in relation to the floor, or in relation to perpendicular to the floor. So you don't want to be all the way at like 45 here. That's a little too far back. I like to be maybe around here, whatever angle that is. I try to stick around there, and I try not to move too much. As you'll see in the clips, I try to keep that back angle the same, not too much motion involved there. The next exercise is the dumbbell row. Now I cut this short to only 2 sets because my lower back was feeling a little iffy, so I wanted to play it safe. And I also dropped the weight down to 75 pounds for sets of 12. But with this exercise, it's often done pretty wrong. A lot of people, they throw their whole shoulder into it, like almost like they're pulling the little string thing to start the motor on a lawnmower. That's not really what you're doing. What you're doing is you're trying to keep your shoulder depressed, right, down, and you're pulling with your elbow, just like every other back exercise, and keeping your elbow close to your body as you're doing that. Also, you'll notice the barbell is not traveling in a straight line. So it starts off more in front of you, more towards your midline, and then as you go out, it goes more laterally. So you see that? See how my hand is starting kind of in front of me. As you pull it to the side, towards your back, it's going more to the side. So that's the kind of motion you're looking for, and you're pulling it low. Try to pull it low. The lower you pull it, the more you feel it in your lats, as opposed to pulling it high up here. Like I said, depress that shoulder and pull down low, somewhere towards your abdominal belly button area. So those are the dumbbell rows. Great exercise. The next, that's all I do for back. It's 4 exercises. Now, actually, typically that's all I do for back. Today, I added the cable single arm row just because I only did 2 sets of the dumbbell row. So this is really the same. The contraction feels really good. You're able to hold it a little bit longer because of the cables, but the principles for this exercise in dumbbell rows are pretty much the same. Once again, you're just using cables. After that, I went to the barbell curl, which is pretty much the gold standard for bicep exercises. So I'm really trying to build this up now. Do 4 sets of 6. I found that 4 sets of 6 to 8 for biceps works really well for me. So if you're used to doing only high reps, I would suggest giving it a try. Hitting them heavier like that and adding that extra set for some more volume should bear positive results. So I added 5 more pounds total than I did last week, so 17.5 pounds on each side. I don't know what that is in combined with the bar. That's not how I record the weights, but I'm sure you can figure that out. So 4 sets of 6. Also here, I make sure not to sway too much. Now you might see a little bit of motion in the last few reps, but I make sure to squeeze my glutes, right, as I'm curling, and that'll keep you from going too far back or anything like that. Really squeeze your glutes on each rep, and it should help you squeeze out a few more reps as well. Making sure with the width, I take the knurling and I split basically my pinky and my ring finger. So the knurling goes right here, and that's about the width that I take, right around shoulder width. That's comfortable for me. Go ahead and try that out. After that, I did the hammer curls with the fat grips on there. Fat grips are great. I've had them for a while. They last forever. I definitely suggest getting a pair to help build up your forearms. They make curls a lot harder, so you'll definitely feel some change if you decide to use them. And so nothing special. I did 35 pounds for 3 sets of 8 reps, and that's that. So that's the workout. Really simple back and bi workout. I'm on a push-pull legs off split. A lot of volume, but I'm enjoying it so far and making progress in these lifts. So that's it for this video. Make sure to check out my Instagram. I also just recently made a Facebook page for Justice Cousins Fitness. So it's facebook.com/Justice Cousins Fitness. I'll put a link to that below as well. Also, email address if you guys have any questions. Also, if you guys are interested in any sort of coaching, I also offer a few spots for that as well. So my email address is in the bottom. Feel free to contact me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. What's up guys, Justice here again with another video, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about why I feel like everybody who steps into the gym